Now, Tuesday, March the 8th, is International Women's Day, a day devoted by the United Nations and non-government organizations to celebrating women's political, economic, and social progress that includes the hashtag theme Pledge for Parity. Africa 54's Esther Githui-Ewart has our report.
Women around the world contribute to the cultural, political, and socio-economic well-being of their societies in spite of the many challenges they continue to face. The continent of Africa is no different, and women continue to champion their rights to achieve gender parity. I caught up with a Tanzanian native, Msia Kibona Clark, a professor at Howard University in Washington.
International Women's Day is an opportunity for women around the world to come together, to unite across racial boundaries, across geographic boundaries, for African women to unite, but also for women to unite globally.
Professor Msia acknowledges that African women still face enormous cultural and political obstacles as they strive to break those barriers.
So many challenges, but I do think that there are a lot of women's organizations that have gone so far, that are blazing trails in the ways of politics and violence against women and, women's representation in politics. I think we're going farther.
Professor Msia also spoke about some of the challenges facing her native country of Tanzania.
In Tanzania, we have issues of violence against women in Tanzania and the rights of women in marriage when they're dealing with abusive situations. The laws do not go far enough in Tanzania to really protect these women. So I think strengthening some of those laws, dealing with issues related to people with albinism. A lot of the times women and children are, some of the greatest victims of that. And I don't think the government has really pushed forward enough with prosecuting those and investigating those cases.
The adage goes, behind every successful man, there's a woman. But what should men do to assist women achieve their goals?
By recognizing that addressing gender issues also impacts national issues. And so if you deal with women's health, you deal with national health issues. When you deal with women's literacy, you deal with the national literacy issue.
Professor Msia says African Union member countries need to adopt policies that champion women's rights across the continent.
A lot of them would deal with child marriage. A lot of them would deal with violence against women, especially female genital cutting. A lot of them would deal with women's rights in terms of inheritance, in terms of marriage and divorce. A lot of them would deal with women's representation in politics.
She says it's imperative for women to support each other in order to achieve their goals.
Stand up and have a voice, and not just when it affects them, but when they see it's affecting their sisters. Not when it's just an issue that they themselves are personally connected to.
Women in Africa continue to break barriers in education, in politics, and the fight for equality. They are connecting on a continental and global level, slowly but surely. Esther Githui-Ewart, VOA News, Washington.